Mandy, what would you do differently if you were to become a mother now? What kind of wise advice have you worked out for yourself about motherhood?
Well, I think we already discussed today that I stress too much. And I think that I need to be less stressed about my children's journeys and less in a rush for them to do things.
Hmm.
I had two children less than 15 months apart, and that got pretty exhausting sometimes.
Yeah.
So I was always wishing that one would start walking sooner or start feeding themselves sooner or going to the toilet independently sooner. And looking back now, none of that really mattered. Children, they don't need the pressure of me stressing, and they do pick up on
No.
it.
Yes, they
What
do. They do.
what they
Yeah.
need to do is to be able to work things out for themselves. They need me to take my hands off, but because I was always stressing, I was always trying to help too much. That wasn't the best outcome. The best outcomes happened when we were both relaxed, and
Yeah.
then we would have a small win, and it would be so much more appreciated.
Yeah. And I think that's a good, thought for living life in general. If you're more relaxed, I think things do work out if you're not stressing about it. That's a good lesson for you in your life of learning. So something I think you'd potentially do differently as a mother now, from what I can see astrologically, is that you do have your moon representing the mother in the sign of Cancer in the part of the chart that represents communities and friends and groups, and that there's also the North Node next to it, which is around how you stretch yourself in this lifetime, the growth that you are moving towards, that you need to travel along this path to reach a certain level of growth in this lifetime is the North Node. So for me, looking at that, this to me suggests that finding support within a community would really benefit you around, mothering. So, looking for that support and also providing that support. And something I also picked up on around that placement is that, because, I'm really big on life purpose. It's a key thing that I look at astrologically. A part of your purpose in this lifetime is to support other mothers, and you're doing that through your book, Pregnancy Virgin, and also through this podcast. So you're actually living out your soul's purpose in this lifetime through writing your book, which you have now done, and also through this podcast. This is, I guess, the next part of your journey around providing support in that, the community of mothers, but also making sure that you receive support as well.
Well, that's really timely given my health issues at the moment.
Yeah.
Such I've been so lucky with the other school mums who have helped me out taking the children to sport or picking them up from school or having the children over for play dates because, I just physically couldn't do that and no one's expecting me to return the play date anytime soon, which
Yeah.
is
Okay.
really
Yeah.
comforting. Yeah, I've been really, really lucky. And one of them did actually say, she said, "You need to ask us more. You don't ask
That's
us enough."
fantastic. That's
Yeah.
really good. It's nice. Yeah, that's really nice to get that support. And that's a part of, your sole purpose in this lifetime is accepting that support. You're giving support through your book and through this podcast, but also accepting it. So it's fantastic that it's on offer and making sure that you do accept it as well, because there is that support for you in place. Because you've also got Cancer in the part of your chart that we call the 12th house. So Cancer is about nurturing support. The 12th house is about things that are hidden from us, things that we deny. So you may be denying support to yourself, and it's great that the mum at the school has said, call upon her more, but she also had to say it to you, you know, that you didn't ask for it. So I'm going to invite you to ask for help more. So don't let it get to the point where they're like, no, 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 you can call upon us. Ask people for that help, like ask for that support because it's clearly available to you, but you need to get comfortable with it being next to your North Node. So
And
there's a bit of discomfort there for you. You feel discomfort around it and you deny your own self nurturing. So
that's absolutely true. Like, I do feel uncomfortable asking for help. And, I do feel as though when I was healthy that I did go out of my way to help other mums where I could. So maybe, I guess maybe this whole part of this whole health journey that I'm having
crisis.
at the moment with chronic fatigue
Yes.
is about,
Yes.
yes. is about reinforcing some of those lessons. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, reinforce the lessons indeed, being a life of learning. Get the lessons, implement them for sure. For sure. I'll set you a task before our next podcast recording is to ask someone for help. Don't wait for them to offer. Go and ask them for help. Yeah. Find your network, really integrate. Yeah, really become integrated with that network. I think it would be enormously helpful for you.
Thank you.